Welcome to I Feel Like.
Your ultimate guide to navigating life as a young adult.
We're your hosts,
Anna,
Dan,
and Evan.
And we're here to share our experiences and provide advice on everything from surviving college and forming relationships,
the situational etiquette, and maintaining a social life.
I feel like it's time to start the podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the podcast. Today we're going to be talking about driving and cars and navigation, road rage, common courtesies, stuff like that. So let's get right into it.
I think we should preface before we get into this that we're all good drivers, but none of us are like professional drivers or like have
Who's
any
a
like
professional driver? Name one professional driver that you know.
I'm thinking like people who really like know the law. Like we're not pretending to like be expert drivers here.
Well, I don't think any of us are like licensed to be like a chauffeur or like something like that.
For maybe our one listener out there who is a chauffeur and knows that everything we're saying is wrong or illegal.
So you're assuming we have listeners.
Yeah. I'm hoping that out of all you guys listening, that at least one of you is a chauffeur now. So this situation
if
makes
there's
sense.
Any professional drivers out there who know the law, please correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah. Also, maybe like, do taxi drivers or bus drivers have to get like special licenses?
Well, bus drivers probably have to get like a permit or something, because there's different like classes of vehicles, like trucks and buses are different than cars.
Same with motorcycle.
Yeah, so all those people, like, you guys probably know the laws and rules better than we do. So
I don't think we're going to be going into the laws.
I know, this is not like the DMV. We're not going to be taking a driver's license test.
Oh yeah, also all of you like 16, 17-year-olds who are just taking your driver's test. You too.
Fun fact, I failed my permit test the first time.
Oh my gosh, you did.
How?
Because I got like hard questions. It wasn't like stupid common sense stuff. It was actually like if you have these violations, what punishment will you get for like a first and second offense?
Didn't
and I'm
we
like,
all
I
have
don't
that
know.
Test, though?
I mean, the questions vary. It's not like the same test every time.
I mean, I guess like because we're from different states, so I guess like maybe like yours could be harder than mine, but
I don't know. I shouldn't have said that. I'm self-conscious about it.
She's embarrassed now.
I am embarrassed. Let's edit this out.
No,
I'm just kidding.
So back to the topic at
Yeah, we got
hand.
a little off. I think we should also say, like, none of us have driven that recently either. Like, since going to college. First of all, my mom sold my car, so I don't even have a vehicle.
Same.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one who has a car right
I just haven't really driven because, I don't know, I've been at school.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll drive for like one weekend whenever I happen to come home. Then I'll go like 2-3 months without driving. And then it's like basically like starting all over whenever I come home.
Well, I was going to say that when I have driven for the first time in like a while, like it definitely isn't like it just it's not like riding a bike. Like I definitely am thinking about things a ton, you know, and like feeling like I'm driving for the first time and I'm like holding my hands right and like checking my mirrors and like really just, you know, being super conscious.
I think when I drive after taking a long break, it's not so much like the mechanics that trip me up, but I think I start to second guess like if I'm turning left, do I have to yield to the person going like straight, kind of like the rules?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where I get fuzzy. And also I think what makes me like nervous is it's not like I have my own car that I'm constantly driving, so like each car kind of has different like feels and stuff, so that's what messes me up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's something though, like in between these like I guess periods of like us driving and not, I think like sure we can forget like the general rules of like merging, yielding, all that really not hard stuff, but stuff that we all just kind of forget sometimes. But I think that it's important to remember just kind of like some kind of not even like they're not written down anywhere, but just kind of like some rules of the road, like some general things that like
common courtesies.
Yeah, common courtesies. Like if you want to be a considerate driver and if you want to be like someone who people don't hate, while driving. Like, there's just some common things that you should kind of all get a sense of.
Everyone's goal is to be someone that isn't actively hated.
I don't know. There's a lot of different types on the road.
Yeah, true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know for me, like, and there's a ton of these things where it's like kind of these unspoken rules, but I think biggest one for me, and honestly this might be like an actual rule, I don't really know, but if
Because
you're
you're
in,
not a professional
yeah,
driver.
because I'm not a
Gosh.
professional, but like if you're on a highway with multiple lanes of traffic, the lane most on the left you should be going the fastest and passing people. You shouldn't be kind of like cruising at like a leisurely pace, right?
I think that actually is a rule. The
Is
left
that an
lane's
actual law?
the fast lane.
That's an actual law? Oh, okay.
I
See?
don't know if it's a law, but like I think it's pretty commonly understood that the left lane is a little bit faster pace than the right lane.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking it's not like you can get arrested for that, but I definitely feel like in, the little booklet of information they give you for your learner's permit, it's definitely in there that that's what you do, I guess.
I don't know, and I think like the right lane is the pass. I don't know. Isn't one lane like a passing lane?
The left
The left,
lane.
the left.
Oh,
Yeah,
the left
yeah.
lane's the
Yeah.
passing
But that's
lane?
only 2 lanes. Like then with 3, it's like
It's like the one on the left should be going the fastest though.
I don't know. I've literally like never driven on the highway.
well, I feel like with 3
so
people
I really can't say.
I feel like with 3 lanes, there's a road version of what people do, and then there's like the version that I think you're supposed to be doing, but no one does. Cause like
Oh.
on the 3-lane
So-
road, I feel like what people do is they drive in the middle if they're going slow, and on the other 2 lanes, it's like a passing. That's what I feel
think the
like
right
3
lane
lanes
is always the slow lane.
I don't
But
feel
a
like
lot
that's
of
what people
times
do
on
though with 3
highways, like the exits are on the right or the left. Like
lanes.
so I guess the people in the middle are just like if you don't have your exit coming up.
Unrelated,
I really don't know.
Unrelated, but I hate it when there are exits on the left. I don't know
Oh,
why that
well,
bothers
yeah,
me
yeah,
so
yeah,
much,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
hate
yeah.
it.
Well, that's just poor planning. That goes
Mhm.
against the whole road
I
system.
guess it depends on the highway. Like if there's a barrier in between, you literally can't
I
even
know.
Yeah.
exit left.
But like in
I
terms
guess
of like the flow of traffic though, like I like when exits are on the right better because cars are going slower so you can easier merge into that lane to get off.
I hate those highways. This isn't really like major highways, but when there's kind of more like highway areas and like smaller towns or whatever, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a little box in the center with like a solid and a dashed line right next to it. So if you're like need to turn left, you like get in that middle spot and then you wait for the oncoming traffic to stop.
Oh yeah. I
I
have a
don't know
lot
how
of
to
those by
describe
me.
that,
It's
but
basically
it was
just like
freaking me out.
it's like a 4-way intersection where like it's like lights instead of stop signs, basically. Right?
That's not really what I was talking about, but I think I
Are you
explained
talking
it
about getting
poorly.
onto the highway, like the on ramp?
No, not merging.
I think she's talking about just like like maybe not even a highway, but generally like a 4-way where it's like you're trying to make where it's like cars going 2 ways against each other, but one of the ways is trying to make a left turn, but they have to wait for the oncoming traffic. But like they want to make sure that they get there before the light changes, so they stay in like the middle of the box.
Oh,
I don't know. It's usually just this big kind of like box with like a dashed line and a solid line.
And then it's that thing that you see sometimes there'll be signs where it's like don't block the box.
Wait, you're saying in the intersection there's
these are not in intersections. I don't know where we got the intersection
Dan was
thing from.
talking about intersections.
I think we're talking about different things.
Oh, then I have no idea.
I'm just really struggling, Anna, to even picture where I've seen a box drawn.
It's not necessarily like a box. Like you're not going to see this on like a major, like on I-95. It's not going to be on there, but like smaller things that are not just little like back roads sometimes have these. There's some by where I live. I don't know how else to describe it. I think we should move on. I think we're just confusing people.
Well, the thing,
Dan, why are you looking this up? There's no video on this.
I'm very interested.
This is not it. This is a crosswalk that you're looking up.
Yeah, you guys can't see this right now, but I'm showing like a thing that I thought it was, and apparently it's not that.
What this is making me think of, oh,
Continue.
I know what Anna's talking about. She's talking about
What's
how
that called?
she's talking about
Can we get
how
a visual?
stop. No, this is what she's talking about. She's like talking about like think about like a regular road where there's 2 lanes, but there's a extra lane in the middle, right, Anna? For like if you want to get in and then turn in to somewhere else.
I
Anna's
think
face
right
so.
right now.
It's like
It's like there's 3 lanes, there's the 2 directions, and then there's a middle lane, which is just like you get in that if you need to turn into
I don't know that it's a lane, but it's not like blocked off by a median. Like you can
It's like no one drives in that. You just get in
right.
there.
You can go
If
into
you have
that if
to,
you're trying to
yes.
turn against
Absolutely.
oncoming
Yes.
traffic.
I do not know what that's called.
I
I
have
don't know
no
either.
idea what you guys are talking about.
Yes, you do. So just literally picture 3 lanes, right?
Okay.
And the right and left, they're going their own way. And the middle lane is not traffic. Just imagine it's yellowed out, but you would just turn in there, you drive your car into the yellow and wait for the oncoming traffic to pass by so you could turn in.
And while you're waiting to turn,
so that way you don't block your lane
right.
from moving. You move into this middle lane, which is just for making
And like
turns
there's
against
not
traffic.
a stoplight, so it's really just you
Yes.
go at your own discretion.
I do not know what that's called.
I don't know either.
I feel like
And
we
even if
don't
we did
have
know a
those
name, it
by
wouldn't
name.
help.
Because like I can picture what you're describing. I just can't. I can't
remember-
think of one near me.
I remember watching a video about how those are like really efficient and like more places should be doing that.
Oh, they're
like,
efficient? I feel
guess
like
so.
I would be scared because a
Oh,
lot of
well,
the places
yeah.
I've seen them, it's not some slow road. Like there's a lot of traffic on
Yeah,
these
it's pretty
roads.
fast. Yeah. Mhm.
So I would
Also,
be
I feel like-
scared.
I feel like the cars would like pile up in that lane because I feel like it would take a while for them to like be able to
Not
have
really,
an
because
option to
it's
turn.
Well, they're
Wait,
not doing
not
it on
like-
a
Sorry, going
highway.
back
They're
to-
doing it on like
It's not like I'm gonna turn onto a different road. It's like here's the store I want to go in a shopping center. I want to
So,
turn into that.
In this middle lane that's turning like
gosh.
into against the oncoming traffic,
Uh-huh.
are they going on a road that's like are they trying to turn so they can go in the opposite direction or are they going perpendicular to the way they were going?
So they're okay, let's say they're going straight, right?
Yes.
Down their road.
Okay.
They could turn right whenever into whatever building. But
Yeah.
if they want to turn left,
Get off onto another road.
they don't want to block the people behind them. So they get into the middle lane, wait for the traffic that's coming towards them to get by, and then they turn left into where they want.
And again, this
Oh,
is usually to
yeah,
go
yeah.
into like shopping centers,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
to
yeah,
turn
yeah,
onto
yeah.
another road.
I know what you're talking. I was thinking like a bigger like I-95 highway.
Yeah, this is
No,
happening
no,
on
yeah,
like
no,
smaller
yeah.
like
Yeah.
routes, not major
Yeah, those are-
interstate highways.
I
I feel like
definitely
those are nice though, because at least the ones by me, like they have it's like people from both sides of traffic can go into them. Like if like one has to go
Yeah,
left,
no,
one has to go
absolutely.
right.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Yeah, it works
I-
both ways, I'm pretty
I
sure.
think it's definitely intimidating, but it's still nicer than like I don't
Than
know.
having to
than
like make a
having
U-turn or something.
or like just 2 lanes, like where I would be holding up the people behind me. Like that's the worst. I hate doing that. You know,
Like
what
I
mean?
wish like the road like onto my like street where I live,
Yeah,
like that had
was
it.
that
Because
sure?
because like
yeah,
it's like, oh, now I have to get close enough to the median so cars can like inch their way around me and they're
Around
already
you,
going
yeah.
over like the
and that's
whatever
the
the
worst.
line is and everything.
And then
yeah.
I know if I'm the one behind you waiting for you to turn, I'm like, oh my god, do I go around or
Mhm.
like I don't want to
Do I
make the
just
people
wait it
Yeah,
out?
do I wait it out? I don't want to make the people behind me mad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
just
anyway,
wanna
if you want to
say-
take something from that, the fast and the left
I
lane.
know, that was like very tangenty.
I don't know why you brought that up, but like yeah.
Well, I think I didn't expect us to spiral so deep into this that we wasted like a third of our time. Not wasted, because I'm sure this was educational for some people. But
well, this is making
I'm
me
sure that
think
there are a
about-
bunch of people who knew exactly what these
Yeah.
were
I know
from like
if
the
you
first
know
second.
like the official name for this, so we don't spread all this misinformation further.
Yeah.
This is just making me think about other not really driving thing, but like road things that I
Like the road
like.
layouts.
Yeah, like I hate the concrete barriers. Those scare me so much.
Like just the median.
Why? Like you're
Yes.
scared you're gonna hit it?
yes, or like if they're doing construction on the highway and they got me boxed in to one lane between these 2 giant slabs of concrete. that like do not have enough room for my car. Yeah, like that's the worst.
Oh, I was driving today and there was
Ugh.
some of that on the highway.
That's the worst. I hate cloverleaf highway intersections
What is
where
that?
you're
Oh,
where you're
those
trying to
big
merge
circles.
in while someone's trying to merge into your lane to get, you know what?
Oh, I
I
don't
mean,
know what that is.
Just poor
I'm not gonna
planning.
give up what state I'm from compared to you guys, but my state is entirely clover leaves.
I don't know what that means. Let
If
me
you
look
saw
it
a
up.
picture, it's like
Yeah.
just imagine a plus and then
Clover lanes?
yeah, and
Clover
then
leaf.
clover leaf, and then
Yeah.
whatever, and then within each kind of quadrant,
It's just kind
there's
of like a
that
way to get
circle.
on and off the highway for each direction.
Huh,
It's just
interesting.
tough because when you're trying to merge in to another lane, someone's trying to merge into your lane,
Oh.
Mhm.
and it's just it's like
I've
It's a
seen these
lot.
like on maps, but I don't think I've ever experienced this in real
I'm
life.
sure you have. Yeah, I'm sure you
Like
have,
it's
though.
fine. They're also fine when people are like going like fast and it's just like a normal
Yeah.
hour of the day. But during like rush hour, like peak driving hours, it's like trying to get on and off those things is a nightmare.
It's not enough road ahead of you to be able to merge.
Yeah, because
And
then it's
that's the
also like
same
thing-
you have to anticipate the cars that are trying to like
Yeah.
come in from behind you too, and then there's a lot.
There's
I
also
don't know. I've never driven on the highway, so
there's also some highway entrances that are just too short of a merge.
Yeah.
oh, when they don't give
by
you
the
enough of like
when
a
the
runway.
when
Like,
that like runway
yeah.
ends, I'm like, what the heck? Like this
Like-
should have been a mile
Mhm.
longer.
Like the yield in my opinion should be at least like between like 7 and 10 car lengths.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like it shouldn't be like
It shouldn't be this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Merging on the highway scares me. I would
Yeah.
totally support installing roundabouts everywhere instead of
gosh.
intersections. I know they take up a lot of space, but they're so safe.
But I guess
Then
my problem.
that leads to the clover leaf though. If you have enough
No, a
of them.
roundabout's not the same as a clover leaf. Like honestly, roundabouts are really hard to get in accidents in.
Oh wait,
because-
roundabouts
Are
are the
they,
circles,
though?
right?
Yeah, roundabouts are circles. Yeah.
My state also has a lot of those.
I'm
I
not.
mean, I'm not saying that
sure-
you can never get into an accident, but I think it's a lot harder because
I think roundabouts
everyone's
are
going different
more efficient, but I'm not sure that you'll get in less accidents.
I know that like the ones by me, like there's still because a lot of people have trouble getting into the circle.
Yeah.
Because it's like
yeah.
people are still going fast in the
Mhm,
circle.
in the circle,
And if there are
yeah.
people entering at different parts, I find that it like backs up when you're trying to get
Mhm.
into it.
And it's hard because sure, maybe the people in the circle have passed by, but someone new that just came in you didn't know about could be coming up and you're going and
Mhm.
yeah, it's a mess. Yeah.
well, easily
Anna, say that again.
could be good.
Yeah. Say that again.
Anna, say that again. You cut out.
Roundabouts, if done correctly, thing.
Sure.
But again, I'm not a professional driver.
Gosh.
Not
not professionals.
do not quote me on this.
We
Okay,
are
so-
not liable for anything that we
Oh my
say.
Yeah,
gosh.
disclaimer.
I'm thinking about now intersections where you're allowed to turn right on red, and I'm just thinking like sometimes I don't really like to, but I feel like I have to because of the people behind me are trying to do that, you know?
Yeah, I think it's
But
just
it's like I'm
stressful
fine waiting
a little
for the
bit.
light
Me too.
sometimes.
I'm not in a rush. I don't really want to tell Mary and
I don't want to keep
just to
inching
not
forward
stop the
and like
people
have
behind
to
me.
try and look around this giant truck on my left and
Mhm.
see if I can maybe take a
Oh,
chance.
no, that's the worst when you're in the right lane and you're trying to like maybe like make a right on red, but then like there's a giant car in the lane right next to you. So you
yeah.
can't see the traffic whatsoever.
And it's tough because people don't always think about your view, you know, and what you're going through in the car. And that's where I feel like road rage comes from like, I swear I'm not doing the wrong thing. Like I'm just, you know, trying to.
I think like if you are clearly doing something wrong, like you're not paying attention, texting and driving, like just again, like doing something where you're not focused,
Mm-hmm.
then I would get mad. But I think like kind of what you're saying is I think people have different comfort levels, maybe.
Yeah.
Like some people are willing to, okay, I'm in a rush. Some people are more like, I'd rather just play it safe. I'm not in a rush. I'm just gonna wait for it.
I've definitely thought about getting like student driver bumper sticker and like putting it on my car just to be like,
Even though you're not a new driver.
no. Just to try and trick people.
My
Cut me
mom
some
used to have
slack.
those, like when I had my permit, she had one like for the back, one for each side, one for the front, because my mother is crazy.
We
Like
had to
normal
put
people have one. She had four on the car.
we had to put decals, I think, on my car. Like you legally had to.
Oh,
When you got a
really?
permit.
In
Yeah.
your state, that's
Yeah,
law.
like in my state, you had to put these like red stickers on your license, and it's like when you only had your permit and not like a license, you had to have those like stickers on your car, or else you could get ticketed.
Plate or the physical
Or no,
card?
sorry, your plate. Like it went in like the
Wow.
corner of your plate, and it was
Oh,
like
I
a
didn't know that.
red sticker.
I didn't know that either.
I don't know. My
Hmm.
state's weird.
Hmm.
Something that also bothers me, kind of related to driving, but it's more like a driving necessity, when people can't like park correctly when they're getting gas, so they completely box out another car from being able to like get into one of the
Yeah, I
pumps.
think
I think I know
that's
what you're
just
talking about, but what situation are you talking about?
Like let's say like there's a really big car and like they park it in a way so like the majority of their car is facing like the pump in front of them, so another
Okay.
car can't get in to like use that pump
Sure.
simultaneously. Like if there's only one pump left, sure, but if they're all open, don't like take away like another spot when you could have just gone to the other side,
Yeah.
got that pump and saved the space.
Well, I'm just thinking about what I learned, and like for gas pumps, it's if you pull up to one, pull through all the way,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just I guess that would solve that problem. Just make sure you pull up.
I think parking is just a fiasco
Well,
on multiple occasions.
Don't, if you go shopping, don't leave your shopping cart in a parking lot, especially in a spot.
Yeah, but like you always see like in parking lots people like barely in the lines, people taking up two spots, like people don't pull in far enough.
I know I'm scared personally just about parking too. Like I'm scared about
Like hitting another car or something.
not even just like ramming a car, just about like getting that scratch on it, but like I took the turn too early or something like that. I don't even know.
I always get nervous when I'm backing out of a spot that a car's gonna like hit me as they're coming into the lane.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's tricky because you're supposed to? I feel like it's mixed signals where it's like, okay, if I'm pulling out of a parking spot, I should stop and let people go by, right? Instead of continuing to back out.
Oh no,
But
I thought
like
when you were backing out, like you're the one who like is like, oh, let me get out, and then it'll be a clear lane.
Well, that's what I feel like. It's kind of both sides. Like when I'm driving up to someone backing out, I'm stop and let them out. But I feel like they're like, oh no, go by, I'll wait. You know what I mean?
I think it depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think it's just like obviously if someone's backing out in front of you, don't pump on the gas. Like don't ram into them. But if you're backing out, if you're backing out, don't just let me close my eyes and back out and hope I don't hit anything. Like be alert, and if you see something, maybe like slow down or hit the brakes.
This isn't really like a complaint, I guess. It's just kind of like this annoys me. It's like a pet peeve, I guess, when I'm driving with someone and it's like we're in a parking lot and they parked, but the spot in front of them is open. It's like pull through, right?
Oh, and they don't.
Like, why wouldn't you? It's easier than to get out. Just pull through. So, yeah. I don't know why you'd rather back out than just drive straight out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Like I definitely try to take advantage of pull-throughs if I'm lucky enough to get one.
Are you ever backing into a parking spot?
I don't know. I've never done that. I don't know how you would do that.
Some people definitely do that. I'm like I can't.
I've done that a couple of times when like the situation really required it, but I'm not a fan.
Yeah, no, my mom would be like, "Oh, let me back in. Like we're this is a better so we can get the stuff in the car better. Let me back in."
I know.
I'm like, okay.
I know.
I admire your confidence.
Garages, like when you park in parking garages a lot, you have to back into the spot. It's just like how it's shaped. Like only like the trunk or that area will fit under like the beam or whatever it is.
Oh, well, I'm thinking I can only do that probably if I have like a rear view camera otherwise, backing really just isn't an option without that.
I
I
feel
would
like
just
I
be
do
too
that.
scared.
I feel like I do that thing where it's like my hands over the passenger seat and I'm like doing
Yeah,
like a full
doing
like
the whole neck
180 with my
thing. Yeah,
body,
yeah.
like twisting, seeing if anyone's there, that whole
Mhm.
thing.
I don't think I'm that coordinated yet.
Yeah.
Do you guys know how to parallel park? I've never done that. And like in the state where Evan and I live, like that's a requirement to get your driver's license, but like I kind of bypassed that because I don't want to say I like paid to get my license,
Oh my
but
God.
No, yeah,
but like they have a lot of companies where these people will like they almost instruct you on the road and you do a certain amount of hours driving with them,
yeah.
and then they are able to issue the license test, and they don't have
Oh,
parallel parking as one of the
really?
requirements. So
Yeah,
I
I
know a
have
lot
that
of
too.
people in my area just bypass the DMV completely because no one knows how to do this parallel parking, and everyone
mean,
just pays to get their license.
I know when I was learning through that kind of course thing or whatever, like my teacher did have me do parallel parking. I know my mother did it too, you know, but I haven't ever done it since.
I've never done it.
I'm surprised that you guys could just like do your hours, but then not have to take a DMV test. Because like in my state, we have to do like a certain amount of hours, and then on top of that, we have to go take a test at the DMV to get a license.
I still had
I
to
mean,
take a
it was
test.
still a
It was
test,
just
just
still
wasn't
through. It was still through
administered by
the.
the DMV.
Yeah, it was still
No, ours
through.
was like a typical like drive around like this course, do parallel parking, do a K turn, like all the stuff.
What's
Yeah,
a
like
K-turn?
It's like when you're like if you're on like a small like
like a
resi-
3-point turn.
yeah, it's like a 3-point turn, if you know what that is. Maybe she
Nope.
doesn't. I guess not.
Let's
Yeah.
just move
A
on.
4-point
I think we've
whatever,
spent
yeah.
enough time debating.
I'm thinking about. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I feel like then another clear thing to discuss is road rage. Like, do you guys get road rage? Because I know, like, since I've been home a lot, like driving with my mom, like I'm just like, why are you getting upset over this? You can't control what they're doing. Like, I don't understand road rage.
I get because like I feel like with my parents, like sometimes they'll get angry on the road and I'm like, why are you like they can't hear your anger.
I
Like
know you can cuss them out all you want, but they're not going to hear a word of it.
and I
All
get it.
you're doing
It could
is
be like a
getting
thing where
yourself worked
it
up.
could be like a thing where it's like people are like, oh, I scream into a pillow, so like I don't scream at someone else. And it's like
Yeah.
if this is just like a way for like you to kind of meditate with that, sure. But if you're like actively trying to get them to change, yelling with the windows closed and only me hearing it will not help.
My mom will literally like pull up to someone, roll
Oh my
down her
God.
window, and be like, like, stop doing this. Or I don't know. The other day, it had like snowed recently, and I guess someone didn't wipe off like the ice and the snow on their car.
Do that, yes.
I
So
think it's illegal if you don't.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it is too. You can get fined
Mhm.
at some stoplight. She's like up next to them. She like rolls down the window and is like, "You need to take the ice off of your car."
What did they say?
I think the lady like gave her the finger and it didn't go well. I
Oh my
wasn't
God.
there, but I mean,
Oh,
I
okay.
wouldn't have the courage to do that in the first place.
Yeah. No,
But like also it's like what's she gonna do in the middle of the road, get out
Exactly.
and
What are you
like
gonna
take out the
do?
scraper?
Yeah.
Like,
Do you really expect
curse this
someone to
lady out in
pull
the
into a
middle of the
parking lot and
intersection?
like? Do you really expect someone to like pull into a parking lot and like stop whatever their trip is and scrape it off and then get back on the road? Like no
I
one's ever gonna
think
do
my
that.
mom has like low-key followed people to like
my
tell
God.
them what they've done wrong. I don't know. My mom's crazy and she definitely has road rage. Like she needs to make it known to the person like what they did wrong and why it's wrong.
And is your mom a
Maybe
good driver?
Yeah, I would say that my mom, like, she's not a bad driver. I would say she's pretty good. So it's
maybe as
not
a
like
piece of advice,
she's
don't follow people and tell them what they did wrong.
Yeah, I definitely see all those videos where it's like someone's following me and I like drove around for an hour.
I mean, it's
Because
not
you
like she's
yeah.
oh, let me hunt them down for an hour and track them back to their house, but
also just
she's
like for your
crazy.
safety, you never know who you're dealing with.
Yeah, true. They could have way worse road rage and really, yeah.
Pull a gun out or something.
Oh my God.
I'm thinking like I definitely do what your parents do. Like I'm definitely yelling at people and like throwing my hands up in the air like what the heck is going on? but I would never
I
roll
never
down my
act on
window.
it.
Yeah, no, for
Confront
sure.
somebody.
No. Just because I know I was always told, like, don't ever confront anyone on the road like that. Yeah.
Because like confront someone when they're not in a vehicle that could kill you.
Yeah, sure. But yeah.
Yeah, we don't recommend this behavior. We're just
We don't condone
speaking from
violence here on I feel
experience.
like.
Yeah. Do with this experience what you will.
Yes. Our time's running out, but I feel like we missed so much.
I
Okay.
know.
Driving.
I feel like we wasted a lot of time in the
Okay.
beginning. Well,
Quickly, there's some things that I want to say real quick.
me too.
Okay.
Okay.
Then let's
Final points. Let's go.
Yeah,
Do we
let's
want to
do it.
rapid fire
Yeah,
again?
just say
Rapid
whatever
fire.
you want to say real quick. Oh,
Evan,
I'll
you
start it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about when the passenger, the shotgun seat, right? There's roles and responsibilities with that seat that I have to mention, such as navigation, you're responsible, and also if you're at a an intersection, like a three-way intersection, and you're turning left, they are responsible for the right side. Like, I'll still check, but please say like all clear on my side.
I honestly
That's
feel
about
like
it.
we could do like a whole nother episode. Like this is like how to be a good driver. I feel like we could do an entire episode on how to be a good passenger.
A part 2.
Because there's so much that goes on in that passenger seat. You have so many responsibilities.
Yeah.
They're not written anywhere, but you need to know that you're supposed to do these
Well,
things.
I know when I'm a passenger, like more so like with my mom, but I get annoyed when she asks me for like directions as a passenger. I know that's probably like wrong, but I don't want to be bothered. I'm just sitting in the car. I
Yeah.
don't want to be bothered.
If I'm
You're
in the back
driver.
seat,
I'm not.
No, if you're in the back seat, you're not responsible for anything. You can put your feet up. But if you're in the front of the car, then you're responsible for sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Honestly though, save it because maybe we'll make a part 2. Clearly we had a lot more to talk about on this subject than we initially thought.
Well, I thought we were rapid firing.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh yeah, rapid
what do you
fire.
Want to share?
Okay. Well, I guess
Anna, go.
I don't know. I guess you kind of said it, but I was just gonna bring up like navigation in general. I know I'm really bad at navigation, and I don't know. The maps just kind of don't make sense, and I feel like when they read it out, like I don't know what exit 79 is. I don't know. That doesn't help me.
Go
ahead.
Don't be that car that like has your like music and the bass like at like 50 volume.
So then when they drive by, you hear it and you can feel it in yourself.
I mean, that's
no one needs to listen to your personal taste of rap music,
and it's
or
always
whatever
like
you're listening
bad
to.
music too.
I mean, it's also like the muffler where they'll make it really loud. I just don't understand.
The appeal in that.
Like, I don't like the loud noise. Do you? You probably don't like the loud noise. You probably just like annoying people, you know? And it's like, why? Why contribute that?
Yeah, like it's not, you're not cool. It's not sexy.
Yeah.
Also, this might be an unpopular opinion, and like this could just be me thinking it, but like maybe consider not spending so much money on a nice car and put that into something that can't be damaged that easily.
I feel like you're just putting a target on your back for like the police, and it's like, okay, like nice car, bye bye.
I would just be really scared because like accidents can happen so fast, and it's really not that hard to total a car. So you just spent $50,000 on a car, and it's
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Like there are like I'm sure that there are cars that are just as expensive as if you like hired a chauffeur for yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like when I was younger, I used to think like I want to have all these nice cars when I'm an adult, but now I'm like, I don't even want to spend $20,000 on a car. That's too much.
Yeah, I'll keep my like 2007 Honda. Like that's fine. It drives.
My other thing that I wanted to say was with like putting stuff in a car. Like if you have something hanging out of the car, you should have been better. You should have come prepared with like, you can rent U-Hauls for cheap, or like I know Home Depot, you can rent a van if you're, packing in a bunch of wood. So like, please do that properly, because you're endangering all of us. And also, this is just like a casual thing where if like you're putting groceries in the trunk or wherever, can you put them in so that they're not all sliding around, please? So that when I'm driving, my milk is spilled and stuff. Like, can we just be better at
Aren't
packing
you
the
the one-
car?
Isn't the driver the person who should be packing the car?
Yeah, is this
though?
more like
I'm just
you're
saying it's a
judging other
group.
people?
I'm just saying it's a group
Or if
effort. If we're
someone-
all packing the car, let's just do it correctly.
So
Thank
this is
you.
like a personal preference.
Yeah. So this is really just Evan. This last.
Do you
one.
ever ride in the car with Evan and go grocery shopping?
Make sure
I'm
the
not
milk is
saying
packed
you're responsible for
securely.
packing the car. I'm just saying let's all be better.
And on that
Okay.
note,
Wait, I wanted to add one more thing.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Use your blinker, people. It annoys me when people don't use their
Yeah.
blinker. Like, how am I
Yeah.
supposed to know
No, yeah.
where you're going? And I feel like as a driver personally, I always want my blinker on just so other people know, so I don't get like
Yeah, if you're at a
rear-ended or
stop sign
something.
and you're gonna turn in front of me, I'd like to know,
Also, it's the law, so do it.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But the law clearly hasn't made people do it in the past, so
Well, start doing it,
Just
people. I
start
hope that we
okay.
changed your mindset right here.
yeah.
But honestly, though, I know for me, like, so much came out of, like, I was just like, all of these just driving habits and
I know,
things that, like,
flashbacks,
I
these
know.
suppressed memories.
I
Not
definitely
even
miss
flashbacks for
driving.
me, just like, oh,
I honestly don't like driving. It kind of like stresses me out. Like, I'll do it if I have to, but I'm not gonna volunteer to drive on like a
No.
road trip on the highway.
No, I
That's
would
not
for
for
sure
me.
volunteer, and like if gas was cheaper, I would totally just drive for an hour to like relax or something like that.
If I'm not like on known roads going to a known place, I'm like very on edge.
Oh, well, you better believe, even if I know this place, I'm turning on the navigation just so we're all
Really?
clear. Yes.
why?
Maybe
I-
not like the grocery store down the street, but like this Chick-fil-A or I don't even know, like this fast food restaurant that like, yeah, I know where it is, but like no, I'm still gonna turn on the navigation.
I'm
Interesting.
not privileged enough to have unlimited data, so I need to remember my routes so I don't go over the allotted gigabytes.
Nothing worse than getting the message. It's like your
50%.
usage you've been charged overage for this month. You still
Yeah,
have
for
12
sure.
days left in this cycle.
Mhm.
But honestly, though, I feel like there's so much about driving, and like I know that I think at least the three of us could talk about this for a good another 30 minutes to an hour or whatever. So if you guys want a part two, like definitely let us know. I think that this is
Yeah,
something
there's
that we could
so many
definitely
like
do.
subcategories.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
there's so much we didn't get to too.
We didn't
Like,
even
I'm
I
talk
know,
thinking
we
about,
about,
like,
spent too much
Types
time
of
on
cars
that.
or anything like
that
you know?
intersection.
Like our first cars, how
Yeah.
nostalgic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once again, remember this is just story time, not advice, not professional drivers. We are not the DMV. So
We are not liable nor certified in any way to give you any laws or rules of what to do.
And can not be held accountable for anything we've said.
Yes, yes, yes.
So on that note, happy driving. Don't
Yeah.
be annoying.
Be
Be
safe.
polite. Be safe.
Follow the rules.
Yeah.
Yep.
Follow the laws, yeah. Thank you for listening to this week's episode.
Be sure to like and follow our podcast on whatever platform you're currently listening to it on.
Check out our social media, linked in the description, and tune in next week for even more advice.
TTYL.
From IFL.
Bye.